Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, we've got a requested one here. Somebody was asking if we could have 3 images and have a button that would toggle between them and also change the button. Text is going to change every time we toggle between. We've got Colored Smoke here, Wise Wizard and Bad Android. Really easy to do. Got to do a bit of coding for this today. Don't let that panic you. I've written it all for you. All you need to do is copy and paste. Okay, well, let's get started. I'm going to enable the Visual Builder. Once enabled, let's roll down to where we want to work. I've got a section here, the blue tab. Inside, I've got a row with a single column. I'm going to delete this row. We'll start from scratch. Okay, I'm going to hit the little green button to add a new row. Inside mine, I'm going to put a single column. This will work on any size column that you want, obviously depending on the size of your images. Inside, I'm going to put a little code module. Now I'll put a download link below where you can download this code. I can't paste it below the actual video because of all the pointy brackets and things like that. So go to the link where this code is, select the code, copy it, paste it into your code module here. And there we have it. And you're all done. No, I'm kidding. You actually won't have any images when you paste this in because they're pointing to images from my library here. If I zoom in on this, we've got 3 images here. Image 1, image 2, and image 3. And I'll show you how to add more later if you want to. Okay, and the source of the image right here is where it is in your media library. So these aren't going to show for you because they're in my media library. And I'll show you how to add your own. So I'm going to delete this. I'm going to select the source URL. Make sure you don't delete the little inverted commas there. You will need those. Just the URL itself. Okay, well, let's go to our library now. Down to your dashboard, media library. Select whatever images you want. I guess I'll grab that same one again. And if you click on it, it'll open into this page. There's the file URL there. Just copy that or select it, copy it, however you want to do it. Go back to your code module, paste it in between where it says source equals 2 inverted commas. Make sure you put it in between the inverted commas there. And you've got your own image. Just rinse and repeat for the next one. Like I say, when I say this code, I'll delete these so you've just got the inverted commas there so it won't confuse you. Great, so I've got 3 images there. They've all got a class of my image and a bit of an alt tag. You should always have an alt tag with your images for people that don't have good sight. It'll read the screen for them and tell them what it is. Here's what the button says initially here in the white writing. So whatever your first image is, put in that right there. Style wise, not much to say here really. It's just telling that all the images should take up the max width of 100%, so you can use it in smaller columns or bigger. It'll stretch to fill the available space that you give it. Buttons in the center. If you want to change that, just delete it. It'll be on the left, or align it to the right if you want it on the right there. Image not first child. That's just telling it to not display a certain image. Don't need to worry about that. Now down here we've got the script, and it may look scary, but the only thing that you need to worry about is right here. Mine's on line 34, custom text for each image. And this is what changes the text on the button here. So we can change Wise Wizard, perhaps the Old Wizard, and whatever your other images might say there. Now remember your first one, it's going to say whatever the button says up there. Because I've changed that to Old Wizard, let's change what it says here in the white, which is the button text, to Old Wizard. I just need to change that. And you may be wondering why this button looks like a regular Divi button. It's because I've given it the class of ETPB button right here, which is a regular Divi button. And the reason mine's purple and then blue when I hover with the icon, that's the way I've got it set up in my theme customizer. If you go to your dashboard, let's get rid of that, down to appearance and customize, it'll bring up this page. I've already got it open here. If we go down and hit the buttons here, that's how I've got my button style. That's the reason they're purple there. So if you want to change, and the hover style is blue, if you want to change the styles, change it up here. Or of course you can use custom CSS in the actual code itself. But that's all you need to worry about really. Let's just make sure that this is going to work on the front end. And then I'll come back and show you how you can actually change images and add more images if you want to. So let's save the page changes. And exit the Visual Builder. And we'll roll on down to where we were working. There it is. And it says Old Wizard now when I click on it. It's going to change to that bad Android. And the next one, Colored Smoke. And it should go back to Old Wizard again. And as you can see, it's updating our button text there. Now you may want to add more or even take away images if you want to. But if you want to add more, it's very simple. So let's quickly show you how to do that and we're done. Let's enable the Visual Builder again. Now we'll roll back on down. Go into our little module here. And adding a new image is really easy. What we need to do is just copy one that we've got here. Make sure you copy one of the lower ones, not the first one, because I've got the lower ones displaying none, which allows us to toggle between. So take one of the last ones. It starts at the pointy bracket where it says image there. And it ends at the pointy bracket a couple of lines below, just there. So it stops before the next div just below. So I'm going to copy that. I'm just left clicking and selecting, Control C. I'm going to roll down, just hit return, hit paste, Control V. And we've got another one in there. But of course we want to change out the actual image itself and probably alt text. Now I don't know what image I'll put in. Let's go to our media library and just grab another one. Let's grab this one. Copy the URL. And we'll pop our new URL in, making sure not to cut off the little inverted commas there. And I guess this alt will be space. Obviously, whatever pertains to yours. Now, the only other thing we need to do is just add another entry for the new button that we're going to create. And down on line 35 again with the custom text for each image. All we need to do is after the inverted comma there, just add a comma, regular comma, and a space. And we'll open some more inverted commas, double inverted commas this time, as you can see. And let's call ours Spaceman. Whatever it is, you want to pull yours, obviously. Great. The only other thing I will point out in here while I'm in there is if you've got different amounts of text in yours, I've actually got my button set to be 250 pixels wide. And that's in the button on line 7 here. If we look down, we've got width, or actually minimum width of 250. So it can get wider, but it can't get smaller. Depending on what you've got going on, you may want to make it wider than that, depending on how much text you put in down here. But that's entirely up to you. If you do want to change that, you can change it very easily. On line 7 here, button class, 250 pix. If I put that up to 300, you'll see the difference instantly. See that button's got wider there. Great, we should be good to go. Well, let's check that our new entry is going to work for us. Save our changes here. Hit the little purple button. Save the page changes. We'll exit the Visual Builder. Roll on down to where we were working. There's our first one, the Old Wizard. Then we've got our Android. Then we've got the Colored Smoke. And if I click again, we should have a Spaceman. And there's our Spaceman. As you can see, the titles are changing each time we do that. So I hope that's answered your question of how to do that. People said, well, why don't you just use a slider? You can't have the actual title down here with a slider. It's just a nice little interactive feature for your people. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. Don't forget, I'll put a link to all that code down below. Welcome to use it, update it, manipulate it how you wish. Once again, this has been Jamie from System 22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. have a great day.